Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Ralph, and in today's video blog I start with the first interview featuring Sequentonal, aka Henry Senna. It's my aim in these interviews to ask the musicians about their music and their take on life in general, how they develop their musical careers and how they deal with artistic challenges. And some of them may even share a personal life hack from which other artists out there may benefit. If you, the viewer of my YouTube channel, comes up with a question that I may ask future interviewees, then kindly do write a comment below this YouTube video. So without further ado, we start with today's interview. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here together with Henry Senna, aka Sequentonal. And Sequentonal is a musician who is playing ambient chill-out trance with a trace of Berlin school music. And it was actually Henry who gave me the idea of doing interviews on my YouTube channel. I think, Henry, it was back in November when you commented on one of my videos and you said something like, oh, gear envy, I wish I had more musicians in my area. Then I jumped over to your YouTube channel and then I saw you were already uploading pretty good music. And I was wondering, hey, what is this guy whining about? I mean, he has all the gear, he can make music, and he's uploading it to YouTube. And I answered, you just keep on producing music, uploading it to YouTube, and yeah, things will happen. And then I think in another comment you said, if I should ever be in Ireland, I should stop by at your studio and do a video blog there. And then in December, I traveled to Asia and I was thinking a lot about my YouTube channel, how to expand it, do something new, create a new format. And then I was thinking about Henry and his idea. And then I put out a video, Berlin School Musicians Wanted, inviting other musicians to come on my show. And then actually Henry has to be the first one who will be interviewed.
You got to be careful what you say.
Why, Henry?
Oh, well.
Henry, you are the guy who gave me the idea. So, Henry, so the first question is, do you have some kind of motto or success quote that you live by and that has helped you on your journey as a musician?
Well, if anything had helped me, I wouldn't be sitting here on my own most of the time, just playing music for myself. But that's basically exactly it. Just do what you think is worthwhile doing, rather than what other people expect of you. I was raised with the saying, the last shirt has no pockets, which, you know, in effect means what you do in life should have an influence on people, touch people's lives, rather than just running after money and success. That's basically what I'm living by. Not the most successful person, but yeah, at least an honest one.
Hey, you put music out there, which is cool. I mean, yeah. And then I think you started your YouTube channel, I think back in November 2015. Is that right?
At the end of November.
The end of November, and right now you have something like 205 subscribers, or
yeah, no idea where they're all coming from.
Around that, huh? And 20 videos, music, pieces of music are already up there.
Yeah.
Please correct me if I'm wrong, but around that, huh?
Thereabouts, all right. Yeah. Basically, I did after I started buying hardware, I ended up kicking out a track every 3 days or so. Right now, it's a bit of a pause while I'm waiting for a new MIDI controller so I can do some more playing.
So you see, Henry, you're already working on your musical legacy. But Henry, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and your musical background. And then if you wish, also let us know what kind of gear you are using.
Okay. Well, background, Berlin School, Tangerine Dream, Jean-Michel Jarre, Vangelis, Kitaro. Also prog rock, Barclay James Harvest. I don't know if you remember those guys.
Of course, I do remember them. They had a
big stuff. Like, yeah, very melodic. That's it's got to be melodic. It's got to be take you away from where you are. Escapism. That's what music should be about. It should be inspiring. It should affect you in a positive way. Listening to music that makes you angry, in my opinion, is completely counterproductive. The gear, all cheap. Nowadays, you can put your studio together and it can sound so big. And it costs an apple and an egg. It's all below 500 euro, what I have here, every single piece of equipment. There's nothing more than that. Looking at other studios, like the ones that you have featured so far, we wish, but no, it's not really needed. It's not really needed. You get knobs, faders on cheap equipment these days. And with a bit of an ear, you can make it sound big.
If as a musician you do not have much of equipment, that should not prevent you from producing any music. I mean, as you said, gear is affordable nowadays, and you can even produce and create cool music on your iPhone with certain apps. So that you do not have enough gear should never ever be an excuse for not producing any music.
Get the right gear. Getting the right gear for yourself. It has to inspire you.
That's right. Yeah, of course, it has to inspire you. Then in the intro, I described your music as a mix of ambient, chill out, trance, and a trace of Berlin School. Do you think that's the kind of music you are playing? Have I described it in the right way?
I think that pretty much nails it. I mean, yes, as I say, I've been listening to Tangerine Dream for decades, since I grew up. But I never really knew how to put, what kind of a term to put on it. Nowadays, everything has to be a genre, so you can actually explain to people what it is you make. I make electronic music. That could be techno, that could be R&B, that could be all kinds of stuff. The term Berlin School, I actually found when I watched your videos. And that kind of rang a few bells there. And then, so I went to the Wikipedia, had a look at the definition, and so Berlin School, definitely the main influences for me. Also trance. I used to be a DJ during the 90s in Germany. It's got to be melodic. It's got to be rhythmic. No, I think you nailed it. Yeah. Berlin School, trance, ambient is,
with Berlin School traces.
Definitely.
Today you have just uploaded another song, Horizon. Do you want to talk about that song?
Horizon was the last track I've made before I started to buy hardware. I made it on Reason 5, completely just my computer and Reason. The portable way of having a big studio. Made it about 2 years ago. In cooperation with a friend of mine. He did all the video footage, an art student here in Galway. And I think it came together very nicely. It's just my artist name back then wasn't really the most fitting for the music. Mixed beat freak and ambient doesn't really go hand in hand, hence Sequentonal. When I got the new hardware, I needed a new name.
Okay. So then, what are your core values as a musician? And has there been a major incident in your life that made you really aware of your core values, which then subsequently helped you on your musical journey?
Core values, it's got to be, I don't know, I don't really know what I play until I hear what I play. So I can't really say I'm sitting down and I make techno now or I make ambient now. I've been encouraged by my friends very much. I mean, for years and years and years, I've always been making music and uploaded it onto SoundClick. It's called, actually, a very old 96 is when they got started.
96?
Yeah, the page is from 1996. Yeah,
Wow.
soundclick.com.
That's really early, really.
Yeah. I've got
20 years old music sharing site. That's really innovative.
Yeah,
They were probably too early.
But what's going on in the management section there, not really too encouraging, which is why I'm now focusing pretty much entirely on YouTube. You have everything you need there. But no, as far as core values go, be inspiring. Try to be play what you feel is right. That way you'll always be original anyways, I think. Always have your own little note to it. Life-altering experience. My friend encouraging me all the time to actually produce my stuff, or at least record it when I'm just jamming. The amount of times I was sitting here and just playing to myself, never feeling it was good enough to upload. Don't be self-critic. Obviously, everybody is to a point, but don't let it cripple you. Don't let it hinder you. Play your music and put it out there. Somebody is going to like it.
I think that's a problem many musicians and artists suffer from. They think they are not good enough and hold back their work, but
you are your own worst critic.
Yeah, and I think just you're never ready, you know. You always think you have to polish it up a little bit. So, but I think it's very important to artists in general. Just go out there, show your work, get feedback, create more, and just develop, you know.
Find people like Ralph Baumgartl who supports this.
Yeah. Man, really, it's quite, you know, sometimes I see on the internet or people who make awesome music and then they think they are not good enough, really. When I checked out your channel right away, you know, when you wrote that comment, I really liked your music, you know, immediately. And sometimes, you know, when I'm doing some work on my laptop, usually when I have to write emails, do some work of that kind, I listen to music. So I go through certain channels. Right now I'm in that mood. And I remember I have been listening to some of your tracks so many times. Cool. It's relaxing. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, then Henry, what's your biggest regret or a mistake as a musician, and what have you learned from it?
I wish I had learned the piano, just to get some musical background. Like, I've got absolutely no music theory. Okay, what I play well enough, without a doubt. Even though half the time I still think I could be much better. But there are a lot of people who think they can't play at all, but they can. You always can. You can. Might not be a virtuoso on the keys, but you don't have to be. Had I learned the piano, I would have a much bigger background. I mean, as it is, I'm always stuck to the same 5-6 chords. That's pretty much all I play. So a bit more, you know, a few more chords would be interesting, I suppose. They might liven things up a bit. But now gradually I'm, you know, finding the confidence to actually, I don't know if that's the right word, but I'm finding it's worth the effort to actually put work into it. Okay. And I'm just playing for myself. Why would I want to improve? You know, but now that people are actually listening to my music, of course, I want to get better. So yeah, again, what have I learned from it? Put yourself out there. Music's there to be listened to. If you just make it for yourself, I don't know. It's kind of like the tree in the woods when it falls. Does anybody hear it?
Then Henry, which 3 tips would you give to aspiring electronic musicians or musicians in general?
I think we've pretty much covered those 3 points. Don't depend on gear. Obviously, you need a certain basic. There's people out there who make great tunes with a guitar and 1 string and a good voice. Okay, that's 2 instruments. But just play what you feel is right. Try to find people to make music with, not necessarily as a band. Ego can always be a problem. But collaborations that'll put you out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to go out of your comfort zone. Try to encourage other people to do the same. And that way you come up with brand new stuff. I'm pretty sure that's one of the biggest benefits Tangerine Dream had. I mean, they tried so many different things and everybody brought their own influences to the table. That's the way to grow, I think. 3, I don't know if I can come up with 3.
That's plenty of advice, really, Henry. Then listen, I have now 3 questions, and I would like you to answer them as quickly and as concise as possible.
Okay.
So, what or whom do you think of when you hear the word success?
Richard Branson.
Richard Branson, fair enough. Is there a music album, a movie, or a book that you recommend on a regular basis, or might even give away as a present?
There is an album I was introduced to when I was in school by my music teacher. Saint Preux is the band, and the album is called Samara. It's a French prog rock band from the 70s. Very inspiring. Movie, there's a movie called Ink that came out in 2013, I believe. Small production, very original story, doesn't feel like anything you've seen before. Great soundtrack that works with the film. So yeah, movie, Ink, album, Samara.
All right. And then the last question. Imagine you could travel back in time in a Back to the Future style, and you had a chance to meet the 20-year-old Henry. What advice would you give him?
Learn to take advice.
Learn to take advice. Okay,
I
cool.
think 20 is a bit old. We'd have to go a decade before that. But yeah, learn to take advice. Good at giving it, but not so good at taking it.
All right. Then, okay, what kind of website or online tools are you visiting or using on a regular basis?
Facebook mostly. I am a member for every group that pertains to a piece of equipment that I have. You will find a group for just about any synthesizer. Join those. When you make your music, share it there. Those people will listen to it because they want to know what the equipment can do. So there's the Roland JD-xi group. There are quite a few Berlin School or ambient experimental music groups on Facebook. And then obviously Sonic State. Don't even mind making advertisement for them because, you know, electronic musicians, that's the main website out there, I think.
All right,
keep up to date with gear.
Mm-hmm. And what projects are you working on at the moment? Any new plans?
I have a few ideas for the future. Right now, I'm waiting on getting a new MIDI controller because mine decided to go its own way. I am working with a couple of musicians here, trying to get a little band project going just to make some money on the side.
What kind of music?
Covers.
Covers.
Creedence, the Kinks, like mostly 60s stuff that you can play in hotels and bars. And
really?
Yeah, it's a bass, it's a guitar, and myself on the cajon.
Okay, cool. Really. I'm looking forward to see some YouTube videos then.
Actually, that's a good idea. We might.
Really, yeah.
I haven't thought about filming them, but we're like, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, sure, put it up there. Right? Another musical side of you.
Yeah, why not? I've been working as a sound engineer. I've been doing a lot of stuff, anything with music, really. Finding something that I can actually stick to. That's the different thing.
As an artist, you always have to reinvent yourself, huh?
We're all a little Bowie.
Well,
somewhere, like not that much.
This guy, I think, reinvented himself 3 times a year or something like that.
He defined the term.
In his early days, really. Then, yeah. Okay, cool. So I will put the link to your YouTube channel in the description box of this video here below.
Great.
And how can people get in touch with you? What's the best way to contact you?
Through the YouTube channel. My Facebook is up in the top corner there as well on the banner. Facebook is the best way to reach me anytime. Chat, website, Facebook page. That's really the best way. I don't believe in email. Email is too much like work.
Facebook is pretty cool regarding communication. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. So if you want to get in touch with Henry Stenner, aka Sequentonal, you check out his YouTube channel first, and then if you wish, you get in touch with him. Henry, yeah. I thank you very, very much for doing this.
I thank you.
And also giving me this great idea.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can see you're going to be pretty busy there over the next couple of years.
Probably, yeah. And I told you, you have to be the first one. Yeah, Henry. And yeah, I say thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
And thanks again for giving me that great idea.
All right. This is the end of today's video blog. I hope you enjoyed today's interview. Kindly stay tuned to my YouTube channel because there are more interviews to come with interesting musicians and electronic musicians. So, if you can think of a question that I might ask future interviewees, then kindly do write a comment below this YouTube video. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, then kindly check out some videos. I have put the link over here. And if you like my work, then you may consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. You'll find the link here below. So for today, I say goodbye. Have a good week. I see you next time. Until then, take care. Peace.